We're here today at the Caterpillar factory in Desford in Leicester to look at some of their latest skid steer loaders, and more specifically some of the attachments and quick coupler options that are available to them. I'm going to be speaking to Simon, one of their key demonstrators, who's going to take me around a couple of the latest machines. Okay, so the first machine is the Cat 216B3. It's got a mechanical coupler on this one. Simon, take me around.
Hi Mark, this machine's ideally suited for demolition. It's small and compact, low cab height for getting into confined areas on a demolition site. Down here on the wheels you'll notice it's got a valve guard on there, so if you're driving past any rebar or concrete that's protruding, normally it would rip that valve out and you get a puncture. By having the guard on there, that prevents that from happening. Another feature of this machine, you'll notice here we've got the rear bumper bar. The bumper bar protrudes out from the back of the hood here. So normally when people reverse these machines, they're always reversing into objects. This protects that, so this takes the initial impact and prevents the back door from receiving too much damage. Right Mark, I'll show you inside the engine bay. In here we have the Cat C 2.2 engine, which is 49 horsepower. Everything's, as you see, is laid out, easy to service. You've got vertical filters that can just spin off. You've got your fuel filter there, hydraulic filter, coolant reservoir, battery, easy to get to, alternator and starter motor. So you can get to the engine from both sides nice and easily. The fan lifts out there so you can blow all that out. And inside, again, everything's easy to get to. Okay. Right Mark, this machine's fitted with the mechanical coupler, which is done by these levers. So that's in the lock position. What that does now is pushing the pin down, which deploys from the bottom of the coupler here, and that pin engages to the recess at the back of the bucket. So to take the bucket on and off, you pull them up into the up position, that's pull the pins clear, and then you reverse away from your bucket. You then drive forward to put your next tool on, hook in under the edge of your tool, get out the cab, push the pins down, they lock back onto the tool, back into the cab, raise the bucket to make sure the pins are engaged underneath, and then push down onto the floor. That's a double check to make sure you're actually on the tool and you're locked on. Right Mark, now we're going to a machine, this is a 262 C2. This is equipped with the hydro-mechanical coupler. So this coupler is the same principle of that, only instead of me lifting the bars up by hand, there's two hydraulic cylinders in there. By working a lock switch in the cab, those cylinders then lift and lower the pins for me.
So before we go and actually put the breaker to use, can you give me an idea of some of the options that are available to the demolition contractor?
Yes, you've got the XD tyres. This is a pneumatic tyre with deeper lugs and a stiffer sidewall, so it prevents nails and screws from punching in tyres. You can also get a solid tyre or a Flexport tyre. Again, they're non-pneumatic, and the Flexport has the holes in the side that gives a sort of a squabbing effect of a pneumatic tyre, but that's for in real hardcore applications where you're definitely going to get punctures. Around the side here we've got the guarding. This is standard, this guarding material here. The beauty of this machine is the glass panels in there, they can lift out. So if you get it covered in concrete dust and debris, to get the glass out you just line it up with two lugs inside the cab, and each pane will come out individually. You can clean them and then put them back, so it keeps safety and visibility. On the top here you can remove these lifting points, and then we have a FOPS plate which bolts on the top, and that protects from falling objects, so it gives you that extra protection. So
obviously we've got the breaker here, but what other attachments are available for the skid steers?
There's grapple buckets, there's a grapple rake which has hard rocks steel teeth on there, and it's shaped to allow you to get under, penetrate tree roots and things, and also for picking up concrete. It's got serrated edges, so each of the top clamps work independently of each other, so if you've got uneven shaped concrete, one clamp will grab it and the other one will be onto the higher piece, whereas some of the competitive buckets you see out there, it's one cylinder joining the two, and you get a lot of strain on there which can crack and break your bucket, so we've got a really good strong bucket there. We've got a set of pallet forks, there's a lifting arm for it as well, and an assortment of various grapples for this machine.